The Chief Justice Roxanne George ordered that the Guyana Elections Commission GECOM cannot declare the overall results until the returning officer for Region 4 complies with the law. As such, she set aside the declaration he had made last Thursday. She ordered that the returning officer or the deputy returning officer must return to the process by 11 a.m. on Thursday, March 12th. How that process will run and who will be there, she said, is left to the returning officer, Claremont Mingo. His attorney, Senior Counsel Neil Boston, said he would do what the judge ruled.
It was a bit disappointing, but we have achieved something. We are going back to GECOM and we are going to get the process moving. And then another declaration will be made. That's all I wish to see. That's all I wish to see.
There was also specific reference.
I have no doubt that they were acting reasonably in the process and they will continue to act reasonably in the process. What gives rise to the behavior, the disorderly behavior, is the political party mob. That's it.
Private citizen Riaz Hollander, backed by attorneys from the opposition PPP, had obtained an injunction from the court blocking the announcement of an overall winner of the March 2nd elections, once it included the unverified vote count of the votes cast. He argued that the process of verification is referred to in the law as counting of the votes polled and is provided for by Section 84(1) of the Representation of the People Act, Chapter 103. The law states that the returning officer shall, in the presence of such persons entitled to be there, ascertain the total votes cast in favor of the parties. Section 86(1) lists the persons who shall be present at the counting of the votes. These persons include A, the returning officer and such other elections officer appointed by him, B, the Elections Commission, C, duly appointed candidates, D, counting agents, and E, such other persons as in the opinion of the returning officer have good reason to be present. Returning officers for 9 of the 10 electoral districts followed what the law states and had party agents and local and foreign observers present. The judge ruled that the provisions are designed to ensure transparency. District 4 had 879 polling stations, but the returning officer only allowed persons to be present for the tabulation of 421 statements of poll and aborted the process after. He then declared the votes counted.
People have to understand that there is a democracy at work. And when political parties lose an election, they have to accept the results. In 2015, the PPP were told that they lost the elections and they accepted the results. No one broke up the process, and that is what you have here. Hopefully now one can only trust the RO will carry out his instructions.
It is not clear what happened with the statements of poll from Region 4 after the police ordered everyone out of the building. The attorneys have these comments to offer on that issue.
Let us hope that the statements of poll have not been tampered with. You know, the building has been under surveillance. We were locked out of the building, so I don't know what is happening with the statements of poll. And hopefully the observers and the political parties will have an opportunity to be present at the process. I see some heads of state from CARICOM are here. Hopefully they oversee the process, and we can remove the suspicion that is attached to the process and the system.
No, none, not at all. And it will not be compromised.
The Chief Justice in her ruling said she was saddened that the matter was being addressed all over again 2 decades after a similar ruling by then Chief Justice Desiree Bernard.
I quote, "The role of the Elections Commission and its staff is to take such action as appears necessary to ensure impartiality, fairness and compliance with the provisions of the Constitution and any other acts of Parliament. In the present volatile situation which pervades our country, no effort must be spared to assure everyone that the process was fair and impartial. Lingering doubts that hang like a sword of Damocles over the head of the Commission must be removed. Confidence in the electoral process must be restored. This is essential This is absolutely essential if we as a nation are to move forward and strive to heal the wounds that divide us. Let fairness pervade all of our actions at all times." End quote. I could not have said it better. I would add that going forward, all must strive to encourage respect for the other. While elections are often fraught with anxiety and sadly even a lot of hostility, it must be remembered that the election staff are human and they must be treated with respect. Leaders of the respective political parties must encourage their supporters to be civil, respectful, and responsible. The integrity of our nation demands that we act responsibly. In this regard, I am compelled to again admonish all to respect the processes and orders of the court.
When the vote count for 9 regions had been verified and declared, the opposition PPP had won 6 of the 9 regions and was 52,000 votes ahead. But with the report of Region 4, the APNU plus AFC coalition was put in the lead and on course to win the elections. The PPP said the figures were doctored. Reporting for the newsroom, Neil Marks.